Friday Night Lights of War Memorial Stadium. It's a non-district showdown, ladies and gentlemen, between the Washington Lee Generals and the Centreville Wildcats. Afshin Banab, Michael Shea here. And Michael, the Centreville Wildcats are one of the best teams in the DMV.
Yeah, this may not be this may be a non-district showdown, but it's definitely a showdown. You've got two teams that are on track to be in the postseason. We've got postseason weather tonight, so I think we should go ahead and consider it's a postseason game.
It's a postseason
with all the
game.
excitement.
It is. Centreville actually ranked 2 by most publications, and they are loaded on the offense and the defense. Washington Lee, one loss way back earlier in the season, and Josh Shapiro's done a wonderful job with his team, led by quarterback Sam Appel. So this should be a good game. And hopefully Washington Lee's going to have their hands full, though, because Centreville is one of the best teams.
Oh, they definitely are. And, you know, you can put aside the number 2 ranking for a moment, because maybe that's just an opinion, but you can't deny the record they've put up. They've got 3 games they've won by shutout. They've put 40 or more points up on the board 6 out of 7 times. They know how to score. It'll be a tough fight for Washington Lee, but let's go to the flip side. Washington Lee has shown a lot of resilience this year. They've come back several times, and they've shown some great defensive play.
The Centreville Wildcats, led by head coach Chris Haddock, and they're loaded, like I said, on both sides of the ball. They're led by senior quarterback Scott Walter and junior running back A.J. Turner. Chad Wiggins, he shores up the line, 6'1", 220 pounds up on that line. He had 3 sacks, I think, last week, and 6 over the past 4 weeks. So he shores up that defensive line for the Centreville Wildcats. And of course, the Generals in the midst of one of their best seasons in a long, long time. And I guess I could say 2 years ago when they defeated Yorktown in the playoff game. So maybe that wasn't a long, long time ago, but sometimes it feels like it.
Right.
5-game winning streak, 6-1 atop the National District in a tie with county rival Yorktown. We'll cover that game in November.
Right.
Led by passionate, astute, determined coach Josh Shapiro. As we all know him, he relies heavily on senior quarterback Sam Appel. And like I said before, they're going to face one of the best teams in the area. So I'm looking forward to a great game. And I know a lot of people who are not involved in this game, when they see Centreville play Washington Lee, they're like, they go call it a blowout alert. But I don't see it happening that way tonight.
I don't see it that way at all. Yeah, Washington Generals have shown a lot of resilience. They've got at least 2 comeback wins, and they've shown that they can play good, solid defense even against very good offenses.
And Josh Shapiro, to me, like Bruce Hanson in Yorktown, obviously Shapiro is a little bit younger, but he does know how to game plan very well. He knows how to adjust as well. And a couple of games recently that they won, you know, he even had to adjust on the defensive side of the ball, which helped him win those last 2 games that they played. Even going from man coverage to zone coverage and cover 2 and all that kind of stuff. So he knows how to adjust. We'll see what he does here. Washington Lee won the toss. And I'll tell you something about Coach Shapiro. He likes gimmick plays in the beginning, early on, whether it's on the kickoff or the first series. Don't be surprised to see him throw a gimmick play out there.
Right.
Just saying.
We'll be looking for that.
All right. And he's going to come out straight and run like 10 straight times now after I say that.
Well, for the Wildcats, they've got a really great quarterback in Scott Walter. Yeah. So there's a good chance we're going to see some changes on the Washington defense throughout the evening as they try to handle him. But they've stopped a lot of great teams already. So.
All right, Rondo set to kick off for the Centreville Wildcats, ranked 2 in the DMV. Dwayne Williams deep to receive for Washington Lee. Look out for quarterback Scott Walter, 6'2", 205-pound senior, the quarterback for Centreville, as the Wildcats first will kick off. And of course, we'll see the great Sam Appel, the senior for Washington Lee. And he also is 6'2", 205. Senior night here at War Memorial Stadium. Michael, there's a lot of the seniors being introduced, not just the football players, band members, cheerleaders.
Right. They honor everybody who's been involved with making it a great football season, a great 4 years of football here for the senior class.
Yeah. The officials tonight, the referee is D. Gottman, the umpire Doug Moore, the lineman Glenn Giss, the line judge David Stuckey, the back judge Brent Levanto, and up here in the booth with us, the electric clock operator Matthew DeMartino.
Suddenly it doesn't feel so cold here tonight because we've got 2 hot football teams on winning streaks on the field.
All right, there's the kicker for Centreville, Rondo. He's going to adjust the ball. So there is a momentary delay.
And we'll be underway shortly, I think.
All right, Centreville setting it up now. Rondo going down the line, unusual. Giving like last-minute instructions to his special teams there.
Right. I think he sees himself as a coach someday.
Yeah, maybe he does.
He's got to get the word into his guys.
All right, there is the kick. Let's see. This one is going to be short hopped, taken up by the Generals, crosses the 30 to about the 33-yard line, and that is Noah Harrington, the really good wide receiver for Washington Lee, one of the top receivers in the area for W&L. So he's going to play a big part in tonight's contest.
And lately, Harrington has been making a lot of noise on the defensive side. Interceptions, quick pick
Yes.
6 interceptions. So he's dangerous on both sides of the ball.
So let's see what Shapiro does here to open up the game. Ball right about the 33-yard line.
Not a bad
field
play.
position.
Yeah, not a bad place to start at all.
Sam Appel, what you always see him do, out of the gun. What he does most of the time anyways, drops back, looks across the middle. This one is complete. Crosses the 40-yard line, close to a first down.
Great start for the Generals.
Trevor McManus, the 5'11", 175-pound senior. Also the backup quarterback on the team, should something ever happen to Sam Appel. But McManus with a nice catch and turn, picked up close to a first down. I think it was 9 on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 2nd down and 1, ball on the 42.
2nd and 1 for Washington Lee.
A lot of things Generals could do here.
All right, Appel now, about 7 yards deep. He's rolling out to his right. Looking, throws. He's got a receiver. Caught out of bounds. That one is complete right at Centreville territory. Will Kelch with that catch. Beautiful catch. Stayed in bounds for that one, Michael.
Beautiful catch. And, you know, you could see Centreville is giving strong pressure on the quarterback, but Appel more than handled that time. We're going to get a replay here.
1st and 10, Washington Lee from the Wildcat 46.
Great throw in motion.
12-yard pickup now for Washington Lee. Appel on 1st and 10. Ball on the Centreville 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. He goes left. This one again complete. And that one is to Trevor McManus. Crosses the first down mark.
It's early, but
Yes.
Appel is throwing a perfect game right now.
He is.
He may be developing a new nickname. Can't miss.
McManus connection is good for a first down.
Let's check out the replay.
He broke that initial tackle, picked up a few more yards, about a 12-yard pickup. Ball on the 35-yard line. Washington Lee marching early on.
And we're barely more than a minute into the game.
All right, Appel now. He stays in the pocket. This one he throws it to the flat. And not much there.
Not much.
No. Trevor McManus again, the intended receiver. He did catch it, and he was dropped right away.
But they're coming out firing. They're coming out looking for some long yardage, and it should be an interesting game.
That one was a 5-yard loss. 2nd down, 15 now for Washington Lee. All right. 3 receivers to the right side for Appel. 1 on the left. He goes to the left, up top. And that one's incomplete.
Incomplete.
McManus again. Boy, we're calling his name and number a bunch of times in the first quarter. 2 minutes gone by.
Pass just a little bit ahead of him. But a little better pass, he probably was heading for the end zone.
Right. He is Michael Shea. I'm Afshin Banab. Welcome to our broadcast booth from War Memorial Stadium under the Friday Night Lights. Washington Lee, Centreville. Good contest so far.
Yeah.
Early on.
And if this is any feel for the game, we know Centreville has a great offense. We could be in for a very high-scoring contest.
Appel now audible. He's calling an audible right there out of the gun. There he is, rolling to his right, being pursued heavily. He throws it. Incomplete.
Well, Centreville is putting a lot of pressure on him.
Yep.
The Generals line is going to have to tighten up a little bit and give him a little more time back there.
Seneca Espinoza, the intended receiver there. So now Washington Lee has to punt. Charles Tutt will be the receiver on this punt. He is the single safety. He's also the wide receiver for the team, the 5'8", 140-pound junior. So Charles Tutt's not a big guy.
Not a big guy, but a fast guy.
Yes, he is fast.
And a favorite target of Scott Walter.
Yeah. Oh, the punt was bobbled. Or the ball was bobbled, I should say. He still got the punt off. Washington Lee falls on it. Let's see where they get on it, though. Looks like
where they calling it down?
End zone, yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a great job by the Washington Lee line to give him enough time to recover the ball, and great job by the punter in getting up kickoff after the bobbled snap.
Centreville will take over at the 20-yard line, and now we're going to see what they do offensively.
Right.
Because that's what they're known for. Charles Tutt, Scott Walter, of course, the quarterback. Chase Heiner, another running back on the team. A.J. Turner, one of the leading running backs on the team. They've got 2 running backs with over 500 yards apiece. A.J. Turner being one of them. There's the handoff. Couldn't see who was running that one. Was that
on the carry, number 23, A.J. Turner.
A.J. Turner,
yeah.
The 5'9", 160-pound junior, and he'll be back next year.
Right.
Some of these guys on this team will be back next year. Xavier Nickensizer, another big-time player for this team, a junior. Charles Tutt, a junior. Rondo, a junior. So A.J. Turner, a junior.
Walter's a senior, but he's leading a lot of juniors
right
now.
All right, 4 yards on that pickup for Turner. 2nd and 6 from the 24. Man in motion. And here is, looks like it was the end around. A lot of running room.
He's able to turn the corner.
Yeah, that is A.J. Turner.
A.J. Turner, he turned it and got some yardage.
He got all the way up to the 44-yard line.
Okay, let's see the replay.
That was about an 18-yard pickup, Michael.
Yeah.
There he is swinging around the corner. Cuts it back outside. Nice move.
Right. Great leading block by his teammate.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line, where Centreville will take over. 1st and 10. 8:55 to go first quarter. 1 receiver to the right. 2 in the slot. 34 in motion. Number 34. Is that Turner again? Let's see. He's on the loose.
On the rush, number 25.
Nope.
Taylor Boos.
That is Taylor Boos.
Taylor Boos.
Boos on the loose.
He may not be one of the 500-yard runners, but he's put up some yardage for sure. And he managed to get. Yep.
Yeah, good yardage by Boos there.
Yeah.
About a 14-yard pickup. 8.5 to go. 1st and 10, ball on the 41. All right, there's Turner. Cuts it back across the middle. Still on his feet. Crosses the 35. Still going. Still on his feet. They can't get him down.
Great run by Turner.
Stopped by number 22, Robbie Moore.
Robbie Moore finally brought him down. Close to the Washington Lee 20-yard line. So Centreville is a marching.
Yeah. That run had a lot of steps to it, a lot of turns, a lot of stages.
He broke about 6-7 tackles
Yep.
before they finally got him down. He got to the W&L 23-yard line.
So the Wildcats are marching up the field here early in the game.
All right, once again, man in motion. There's a touchdown for Centreville.
Wow.
Number 32.
32.
Chad Wiggins, who's on the defensive line mostly. That's what he's known for.
Right.
But he's offensive lineman and defensive lineman. But in this case, he was playing the fullback. There he is.
Yeah.
Right up the middle.
Not sure he was touched.
23-yard.
Touchdown run.
Yeah, 23-yard touchdown run. It was like a shot out of a cannon, straight ahead.
And is that Sean Terry, the kicker?
Yeah, this one is this one is Eric Rondo, the kicker for Centreville. And this one is good.
This one's good. 7-0.
7-0.
The Wildcats have an early lead.
And this time we knew it was good early on because the officials who were at the goalposts actually raised their hands. Remember last week?
Last week at Yorktown, it was a little confusing at times.
Last week they were short. I have to say the officiating crew, they were short in that case for one reason or another. But this week.
They may not have had all their responsibilities laid out.
That's
clearly,
true.
I guess. Yeah.
So we'd have to find, as Chuck in the truck would say, the man in the white cap and watch him put his hand on his chest whether it was good or bad. All the kicks were good. We just couldn't tell.
They look good from here, but
yeah.
So let's see what Washington Lee can do to bounce back. They looked good on their opening drive, came up short, but they were over in Wildcat territory when they had to punt. So they've shown they can move the ball against this Wildcat defense. And I suspect they'll come out throwing.
Right. All right, this one again, a short kick. They don't want to kick it to Dwayne Williams. There's no doubt about that.
No real chance for a return.
McManus again. This time he gets it.
Down at the Washington Lee 26-yard line. All right.
26-yard line.
Okay, let's see the replay on the kickoff. Sheen, you're totally right. This is not all that long of a kick.
There he is. All right. They're going to have to take over at the 26.
I guess they call a kick like that to prevent defense. Yeah. Keep the ball away from the best runner on the other team.
And Dwayne Williams can run. No doubt about it. All right, W now takes over. Appel rolling. This one is complete. And that is number 20 for Washington Lee, Dwayne Williams. The aforementioned Dwayne Williams. They don't want to get him a kick, so what's Appel going to do? He's going to find him in the open.
Exactly. You got to get the ball to Dwayne Williams sooner or later, and he's going to make some yardage. Great throw, and Williams ran his pattern really well. He found the seam in the defense.
23-yard pickup.
Might have been able to break that last tackle, too, and go the distance.
He was close to doing that. Appel now, out of the gun once again. Looking, stays in the pocket, throws. This one is incomplete. This was intended for Trevor McManus.
Looks like Tut broke it up. Yep, Tut managed to break it up. So on that play, Tut was king.
Tut was
king.
Very good, Michael. As you see the replay there, Tut comes up from behind, knocks it away. 2nd down 10, ball on the 49. Good look at Sam Appel, senior quarterback for the Generals. Got the Penn State helmets going tonight. Or the Alabama helmets. Who was the one with the numbers? Alabama, right?
That's right. I think it was Alabama.
Yeah. This one is incomplete. Look like
he was under pressure, though.
Yeah.
Normally you wouldn't see a pass like that from Sam Appel, but he was definitely being pressured.
Yeah, Dwayne Williams, the intended receiver. Now this offensive line for WNL, they've got a lot of work to do tonight because Centreville comes a rushing and they don't stop.
Right.
Doesn't matter what the score is or when or at what part of the game. So.
And I'm not going to read the numbers because they look scary, but they look big just visually. So.
Yeah, you want to get out of their way. All right, Appel now, big 3rd down play in the flat. This one is not going to do much. Back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. DeQuay Harris on that one.
They'll bring up 4th and 10.
Chad Wiggins on the stop, the one who scored for Centreville. Here's the replay. And Chad Wiggins right on it. Wiggins playing well on both sides of the ball, so now they're going to have to punt.
So Appel is feeling the pressure, and he might be looking to his first open target, maybe not his best target. So.
All right, 2 deep threats now for Centreville. Back there, Charles Tutt and A.J. Turner to receive this punt. 6:46 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Centreville on top. They're about to get the ball. And this one is Tutt. He's going to take it to the far side, turns the corner, gets up to the 40-yard line, still on his feet, crosses midfield. Still on his feet before he goes out of bounds. Nice run back.
Great run by Tutt.
Charles Tutt, beautiful run around the corner.
It was a long punt, but not a very high punt. And Tutt has the speed.
Yeah, and that's what gave him the actual chance to turn that corner. There was no height on that one.
Right.
Came down pretty quickly. No hang time. Watch him turn with a burst of speed right there. Here he goes.
That's when he turns it on.
Yep.
And the putt was a little bit to the far side of the field to some extent. Pulled Tutt over there, which meant I think the general defense coming down was not lined up
Right.
perfectly with him.
So they start off in great field position at the Washington Lee 40-yard line. 6.5 to go here, first quarter. Oh, there is a pitch. This one looks like it is Tutt. He's taken out of bounds.
Tutt takes the toss off the left side. Pushed out of bounds by number 8, Noah Harrington.
Noah Harrington pushed
Yep,
him out of bounds.
of course.
Number 8. Harrington showed he could run with him on that play.
I like where Harrington gets off that block and
Right.
gets him, yeah.
Right. Great play by Harrington.
All right. So they give him a yard. 39-yard line, second down 9. There's a good shot of Scott Walter you just saw. In motion, but there's the handoff to Boos. Crosses the 35 before he's taken down by a host of Washington Lee Generals.
Boos, not so loose on that one.
No. Varner with the tackle. They give him credit for it. So he picks up about 5, so it'll be third down and 5, ball on the 35. 6 minutes and counting.
So I think the Wildcats have shown they like to run. You've got a fairly short yardage situation here. They're probably going to come back with a run.
Oh, let's see. All right. Oh, that's a good call. I was thinking they were just going to go right up and pass it, or at least do play action, but a run might surprise everybody. Man in motion again, and there is the run, and it is Boos. But he is going to be.
He might have
gotten it. Yeah, I think he did get it.
Great extra effort by Boos on that play.
Good call, Mike.
Thank you.
Good call. No, I was thinking pass all the way.
I would say I can read lips, but I'm too far away from the Centreville coach to see what's going on.
All right, so he gets about 6 on that one. First down, ball on the 29. Tutt, the receiver, on the far side. One man in the backfield, Walter under center. He's really down under center. Walter looking for Tutt up top. One-on-one coverage. And this one, was it caught? Touchdown.
Oh,
Touchdown, 29-yard shot on the right side near the end zone. Beautiful catch, beautiful throw. Here's the replay.
I thought when I saw Tutt that far out, something might be up, but
there he is. Look at that beautiful
Yeah.
throw. Rainbow.
beautiful catch.
That was a rainbow. All right, Eric Ronda now for the point after for Centreville. See if they'll put him up 14-0 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Snap was good, hold struggled, but the kick was good enough. So Rondo's point after is good, 14-0. Centreville on top, 5 minutes left in the first.
And they're moving with confidence right now.
They are. They are, and Josh Shapiro's going to have to do something here where you see a more of a time-consuming drive and get something on the board. They've got to get some points on the board on this drive, because you really don't want Centreville to get the ball back quickly when your defense is really tired now at this point.
Right. Yeah, you want to get out of this pattern. Yeah, and basically Centreville's relying on the run, but that sets up a nice pass like that where you can throw to the corner and you've got the focus of the defense on your line. Those are the kind of passes that two guys have to just go out and practice on their own at the end of the day and just get that down right.
Now we'll see what Rondo does. Is he going to try to get it back to McManus again, or will he try to go to Dwayne Williams or DeQuay Harris? We'll see what he does, but they seem to be pretty effective kicking him short and playing good defense. All right, Rondo's kick. This one again is short, high and short, and it looks like it is McManus again. He's going to throw it over to Dwayne Williams, and there's one of the trick plays we were talking about earlier at the outset. Didn't work this time. Dwayne Williams falls on the ball.
That was more trick than treat for the Generals.
It is pre-Halloween here under the Friday Night Lights.
I like the call. I like that call, but I'm not sure the execution was up to it. Here's the kickoff. And the interesting is he had some running room this time.
He did.
But the defense was focused on him.
So he did. He caught it, I guess, at about the 22, 23-yard line,
Yeah.
and now it's way down back at the 12. So there was like a 10-yard loss on that one.
Right. But you shake it off. Now you got the ball.
All right, Appel now with 2 receivers on the left, 2 receivers on the right. Out of the gun, standing back deep into the shadows of his end zone. He's going underneath. And this one is a caught. And this one's going to be a touchdown. 88 yards. Noah Harrington.
Wonderful run, wonderful play. He threw into heavy traffic, and Harrington came up with it.
Heavy traffic for sure. 88 yards. All right, Casey now to attempt the point after. Hopefully we'll get a replay of that after
Hopefully get a replay,
point.
but you can see the Generals might be hurrying the point after. They want to keep this momentum going, this feeling of scoring.
They don't want a replay up in the booth. Here it is.
Here's
Now
the replay. We got a break.
Time when there's a break on the field. Here's Appel standing at his own 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Out of the gun. Stays in the pocket and just unloads it.
Unloads it.
And Harrington somehow comes away with it at about his own 43-yard line and takes off the rest of the way untouched.
And I wasn't watching Harrington before he got the ball, but he got out there pretty fast.
He did. He did.
Because that pass was thrown pretty quickly.
All right, Casey now. There's the point after. Snap, hold, kick. And it's good.
It's good.
14-7.
All right.
4:39 to go. Penalty marker on the play, though.
It could be they take the penalty maybe on the kickoff.
Yeah.
So, Afshin, they didn't quite follow your advice.
No.
You wanted them to score, but take a long time to do it. Give the
yeah.
defense some rest. Here we are. They're going to get the defense right back out.
You know, you got to do what you got to do, right?
I think the defense is pretty happy right now.
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
They'd rather play a touchdown behind and tired than 2 touchdowns back and rested.
Yeah, there's a running into the kicker penalty, so it's going to be assessed on the kickoff.
So let's see if the Generals can make something out of this.
Yeah.
What appears to be a shift in momentum.
It does, and there's a good advantage now with the kickoff.
Right.
For Washington Lee.
Okay, here's the replay on the.
Here's Appel again. Appel, a wonderful young man and a great quarterback for Coach Shapiro. Here he is. Look at Harrington. Gets his arms out there. Right there.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 Centreville defenders. He breaks off that tackle, shakes off Turner, or Tut, I should say, and just takes off the rest of the way.
And he's on his way. Yeah, that was impressive. Appel threw it about as perfectly as you can.
Yeah, and that's a great shot by our camera operators.
Yes.
Great work by the guys.
Now the Generals are taking their time to talk about this kickoff.
Yeah, they're
we
talking about this.
Could be a gimmick play.
This is Coach Shapiro we're talking about.
Yes.
So I put nothing past him. He's
Or at the very least, they're creating the appearance
right,
of a gimmick play.
Right. But they look set straight.
The front line act a little. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. They're moving around. They're moving around, Michael. Yep, they're going to try it.
Onside.
And Centreville, I think, recovers. We'll see, but looked like Centreville jumped on it. That's okay. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
No. It looked like it may not have gone enough distance.
Yeah,
to be back in play, but.
So 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
You give field position, but
4:39 to go. Centreville with great field position, and now Washington Lee's defense has to step to the fore here.
They have to step it up. First 2 times Centreville had the ball this game, they scored. So
yeah, that's right.
Generals
This
have
is
to
their
stop them.
3rd possession. Walter under center. A fake to boost, the give to Tut, I believe, or Turner that is. Takes a big shoulder hit.
Yeah.
Knocked out by Harrington.
And again, Harrington on the play. Yeah, you know, you say Walter under center. He seems to be down so low. I think he literally is under the center at this point.
He is.
But whatever he's doing, it's very effective.
Pick up of
Here's the
about
replay.
4 yards.
But there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play, so they'll move this one back.
Penalty against the Wildcats.
Move it back to the 40, or maybe 41, I guess.
Okay, is it the penalty from the point of infraction?
Sometimes it is. I didn't see what the call was actually, but it's now 1st and 16, so they lost 6 yards off of it. And there's a nice run by Turner. He's still on his feet, gets a lot of yards on the far side before he's finally knocked out of bounds.
He got the 16 back and then some.
Yes. Robbie Moore finally gets him to
let's see the replay on this.
There it is. Turner with some blockers in front of him. Man, this is a dangerous football team, these Centreville Wildcats.
Because even pretty far down the field, he still had blockers who were there ahead of him, and he's fast.
So this is about a 24, 25-yard pickup now. 1st and 10 as they got the ball on the 35. Okay, there it is again. Looks like it's Boost. Still on his feet, won't go down. These guys will not be denied.
You know,
Boost on the loose, man.
If you were going to trace out his movement, it wouldn't be a straight line, but it'd be a very long line and a lot of movement around the field there. All right, let's see the replay.
Oh yeah, if you're into geometry, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Look at him. And then all of a sudden to the right about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah. Strong, athletic team.
Yeah. Enough for a 1st down, so it's at the Washington Lee 20, and here we go.
All right.
The 4th play of this series for Centreville. All right, in motion, a lot of mix and match plays. Here is, again, is this Turner coming up on the outside? Yes, and he scores a touchdown. A.J. Turner, easily. 4 plays and a touchdown. 4 plays in a cloud of dust for Centreville.
Well, Ronson's got a turf, so the dust is hard to come by. But the metaphor is very apt.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. 3:44, 20-7, pending the extra point.
Yeah.
A.J. Turner with a scamper on around the left side. Didn't even look like he was really running that hard.
Yeah, Turner's having quite a night tonight.
Rondo. Snap good, hold good. Kick, of course, is good. So it's 21-7, and we still have 3:44 to go.
Now, I can't see out there, and I'm saying this for both teams, actually. Do they have a 3rd digit for the scoreboard? Because both teams have shown they can put points on the board up pretty quickly.
They can. They can. I don't know if they do. That's a
we
good
might
question.
have to move inside to the gym for the basketball scoreboard.
Or we might have to bring one of those handheld scorecards. You know, in the old days when you flip them?
Right.
That's what we might have to do.
I guarantee you there are some WNL students who would be happy to climb up on the scoreboard and show some numbers.
Yeah. And I guarantee you there's some WNL students who would just like to climb up on the scoreboard. Or any students for that matter.
Right. All right, let's see if the Generals can counter. And now the big question is, will Williams finally get a chance to show what he can do on a kickoff return?
Yeah. Williams and Harris deep to receive once again. Let's see what Rondo does. Again, he does basically the same thing. And McManus is over there. It looks like he'll keep it and cross the 30. No trick plays, no chicanery, nothing like that.
I think
Picks up a few yards, give him good field position.
I think he's got something worked out with McManus because he seems to be kicking exact position every kickoff.
Maybe they're good friends.
Yeah.
Say, you know what? I want to kick it to you.
They play a little youth football together, and
some of these guys do.
Yeah.
On a serious note, some of these guys do. So WNL will take over from their own 33-yard line with 3:37 to go here in the 1st quarter. Arlington Independent Media's coverage of high school football. Washington Lee Generals, Centreville Wildcats, under the Friday night lights of War Memorial Stadium. Michael Shea and Afshin Banab bringing you a great game so far. Early in the contest, 21-7, Centreville on top. First quarter. Appel now, what he's done all night long. This time, a pass felt incomplete.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Quay Harris couldn't get it.
Yeah, Appel's once again under a lot of pressure from the Centreville defense.
Yeah, that line's got to do a really big time job protecting him tonight.
Yeah.
If they have any chance of winning or at least staying in the game.
And you know, as close and as low as Walter gets for the Wildcats on snap, Appel is the opposite. He seems to be pretty far back on every play.
Oh, they're completely opposite in their play, yes. All right. Appel now, he's got two receivers on his left, one of them being Dwayne Williams in the slot. Looking for Williams. Actually goes to number 80, Will Kelsch, and he catches it, but he's short of the first down.
Ah, but a beautiful pass.
Yes.
Beautiful pattern, beautiful pass.
41-yard line now for W&L.
Yeah, let's see the replay.
There it is. Nice catch, too.
I think they're starting to read the coverage pretty well, and they know where to run and find the seams.
3rd down, 1. Appel now moves up a little bit. Looks like he's barking out some signal. Appel now being blitzed. Throws it. He's got a man open. Looks like he caught it. Who was that? Harrington.
Harrington.
No, that is Seneca Espinoza, number 6.
Seneca Espinoza, number 6.
Beautiful catch after he took that hit.
Beautiful catch.
Way to hang on to it.
Let's get a replay.
Way to hang on to that one.
Yeah. And again, Appel found the way to get it come down on the right side of the receiver and away from the defender. Beautiful throw.
And he gets it to the Centreville 36-yard line.
Generals on the march.
Love Appel's confidence. Appel now staying in the pocket, not afraid to. Throws it. This one is complete. It's Dwayne Williams who gets about 7 or 8 on that one.
Yeah, I don't know we have the numbers for Appel, but his completion rate has got to be pretty high at this point.
It does, yeah.
He's hitting a lot of targets. And he's not just throwing quick screen passes. He's putting the ball in the air.
9-yard pickup on that one.
Down to the 27.
A minute 55 to go here, first quarter. Appel now rolling against the grain. This one's up in the air, almost intercepted.
Yeah, dangerous for the Generals.
Noah Harrington looked like, I'm not sure if someone tipped it away from him or if he just couldn't hold on to it, but it popped up high in the air.
Yeah.
They're lucky.
Yeah. It looked, he was pretty well covered. I think someone probably did interfere with it. Not penalty-wise, but just broke it up.
Looked like John Jennings was on that coverage
Yeah.
there on Noah Harrington. So it's 3rd down and 1, big play for Washington Lee. Ball at the 27, a minute 45.
Well, Appel has shown he can find the ball and get it in even tight coverage, but you're not going to get every pass.
All right, trips left for Appel, but he goes right, and it is caught, but it's going to be well short of the first down as Will Kelsch makes the catch, but he falls down, so now it's going to be 4th down.
I think Appel underthrew him on that one. Kelsch had to slide too much to save the
And a
save the
3-yard
catch.
loss, so it's 4th and 4 now.
And that's where you think maybe just let the ball fall.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
You know.
A minute 20 and counting. Washington Lee, of course, will go for it here. Appel once again. Now he's got 3 receivers to the left. He's got 1 to the right. Appel now rolling to his left. He's got a receiver open. They'll give him forward. Nope, this one was it fumbled and he intercepted it? Looks like it. And then it's going to be a touchdown. That is number 33 for Centreville, John Jennings.
Yeah, McManus took a huge
Yeah, he
hit
took
on
a
that
big
play.
hit.
I mean, that's a fumble that was caused by the hit, I think.
Right.
Wow.
All right, here's the replay.
Yeah, let's check out
Michael.
the replay. You can see
He has
makes the catch. Good throw.
Looks like he has total control of the ball, and then he gets hit.
He gets bopped.
Yeah, boy.
So the hit
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, though, because he really didn't have a chance to turn around, but I guess that one is debatable to me, in my mind.
Was that number 6 for Centreville on the play?
Who ran it back?
No, who made the hit?
No, that was number 2. That was Charles Tutt.
Okay, Charles Tutt made the hit. All right, got it.
It was either Tutt or Brendan Shea, but
right. I was going to clarify, no relation, Brendan Shea.
Are you sure? You never know.
I have a nephew, Brendan Shea, but he
Okay.
plays college baseball, so
Okay.
he's not even, and he's in Maine, so.
Well, if he's down here, then there's something wrong.
There's something wrong.
If he's supposed to be in Maine right
he
now,
did
you
very
got to
well
find out what's going on.
He did very well in high school. He's
did.
he's been repeating high school at Centreville.
28-7. That one is a debatable play, but
Yeah.
and I think Coach Shapiro's talking about it over there now, after the extra point.
Right.
He's talking to the head official. So, what if we were a replay booth, right? Or they want to go, they have to stop the play. Let's go back. Let's go up to AIM and check it out on replay.
Yeah, it's a little tight in here, though.
Yeah.
We'll make it. We can make it work.
That would be kind of funny.
All right, so now it's 28-7.
Yeah. Shapiro's he's arguing his point at least.
Right.
You know.
Number 8, Eric Rondo out to kick off for Centreville. Back deep to receive for the Generals. Number 20.
Yeah, Tutt came up from pretty far back to hit him, so he hit him with
did.
a lot of momentum. It's gonna knock the ball loose or make it. So it's not really okay.
Charles, maybe after this kickoff we can show that replay again. I'm talking to Chuck in the truck, of course. If we have a shot, if we have a chance to do that, I mean. All right.
Keeping tabs on the count.
That's DeQuay Harris who finally gets it. Now he comes up, still on his feet, crosses the 30-yard line, still on his feet, finally taken down by about 3 Centreville Wildcats. I don't know if we can go back to the replay, Charles, but I'd like to look at that again because that's really a debatable play. Here it is. Boom.
Yeah, we're gonna back it up again. Maybe look at it.
Here's McMahon. Here's the throw coming up.
Throw's coming in.
McManus has it right there, and he gets hit by Tutt.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Very close call.
It is
Close
a
call either
though.
way. Yeah. Might have been still bobbling around a little bit right there. When he gets the hit.
Yeah, it is. It looks a little loose right there. Yeah. Boy.
But in
Hard
any
to see.
case.
Full-on blitz now by
28-7.
Centreville. Appel going deep. This one might be intercepted. No.
Sam Appel's pass broken up by number 23, A.J. Turner.
Turner breaks it up, intended for McManus, I believe. So this will be second down. 10, ball on the 32-yard line. That one was a debatable call, like I said, but you gotta wipe it away now and continue on. You're down 28-7, but it's only the first quarter, 30 seconds left. So, you know, they're still in this game, and they've got to start playing tough defense, and they've got to be able to move the ball and grind out some yards and waste some time on the clock. Don't give Centreville's offense a chance on the field too much.
And Turner broke up the pass over there. He's having a very busy game on both sides of the ball.
He sure has. They've got some really good corners. Appel now, this time with the draw, and that one was red immediately.
Yeah. Nowhere to go.
Devontae Wright stuffs DeQuay Harris right away.
In on the stop for Centreville, number 82, Devontae Wright.
So that's a loss of about 7 or 8 yards?
Yeah, it's going to be
something like that.
3rd and long for the Generals. Yep,
Yeah.
from their own 25-yard line. So
At the end of the first
Lost
quarter,
that's the end of the first quarter.
All right.
So it's going to be 3rd and 17 when they march down the other end, march down to the other 25-yard line. And that is the end of the first quarter. 28-7, Centreville puts up 4 quick touchdowns.
One of them by the defense,
Yeah,
but 3 of them by a pretty good-looking offense. From the
a
Wildcats.
really good-looking offense.
Yeah.
You know, the Centreville, you know, Michael, they're number 2 in the whole DMV, and it's not for nothing.
No, not at all.
I mean, they played Westfield, which everyone thought was going to be like a big game, and they handled them pretty easily.
Right.
They shut Westfield out. They've got Chantilly. By the way, Chantilly plays Yorktown tonight, so that's another Concord District, National District matchup.
Right.
And Chantilly's a very good team. They're, I think, in
five.
second.
I think they're 5-2.
Yeah.
On the year so far, going into the game against Yorktown.
That's right. Chantilly is also another good football team. So tonight is the night of Concord and National District. Not Concord grapes either.
There might be some sour grapes after that call with the officials.
Yeah. But they, you know, good non-district matchups.
Yeah. And I'm forgetting, have they played regularly? I don't think.
No, they don't play regularly.
Come in here very much.
No, they don't play regularly. You know, it's one of those quirks in the scheduling where you gotta, find someone else to play, and Centreville was a good. Washington Lee said, let's play Centreville.
And late in the season, it becomes a little bit like a bracket buster in
Right.
basketball, where you're looking at a couple teams that are going to go in the postseason. They get a chance to see what they can do outside their own district.
Oh, this would be great. Oh, I mean, if Washington Lee could come back and win, that's great in the point standings because it's not just records, but points as well. Appel, Harrington, up the middle, still on his feet, gets to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and the Generals are on the move again.
Picks up 15, so this will be 4th down and about 2, 4th down and 3.
Okay, let's see the replay. Another good pass.
No, looked like it was a little slant play. So it gets close to the 40, nice. And this time it looks like they're going to punt it away. I say this time because when WNL had it last time, they went for it. But they weren't in their own territory. There's a good look at Charles Tutt, the speedster for Centreville, a 5'10", 160-pound junior. Delay game on Washington Lee.
There must have been some confusion out there for that.
Yeah.
That's not the kind of a penalty Washington usually makes.
No.
So they'll mark it off 5 yards.
5 yards.
A little tougher punt.
All right, Casey on the punt. This ball's going to go roll out of bounds somewhere.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell on this side of the field.
Yeah.
But the Wildcats will take over at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
Great field position. They're already up by 3 touchdowns.
So we'll see what Turner does here, or Walter, I should say, does here, and Turner too, because
I think
he's
it's
done
a lot of Walter handing off to Turner.
Yes. Tutt, the receiver on the near side right here. You can't see him on your screen, but he is on the near side. There he is. All right, man in motion. Walter looking for Charles Tutt, and just overthrows him.
Yeah. Tutt had his man beat, but pass couldn't seal the deal.
Right. Dwayne Williams on the coverage.
Right.
I thought Tutt could have, I don't know, I thought he could have gotten it though if he put a little more speed. That ball was pretty high in the air. He could have gotten it, I thought.
Yeah, but I think it was too far to his,
I think
to
it must
his
have
left.
been. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you call going for the jugular, though, Michael, on that play.
Well, they haven't passed a lot tonight, so just flexing some muscles they haven't shown us
Yeah.
much.
There's Boos. Boos is on the loose. Crosses the Washington Lee 30, the 25, the 20. Big time run by Taylor Boos.
Big time run. The Generals had a lot of grit to follow him and push him out of bounds. That looked like he was going to break it for the score. Yeah, let's see the replay.
Here's ball on their own 43-yard line. And he'll take this bad boy to the Washington Lee 17.
Is that Harrington on the
40-yard run? That looked like it was Harrington, yes.
Yeah. Great defense by Harrington.
First and 10 on the 17, 10:36 to go. Walter with the handoff to Boos. Boos still on his feet.
Boos on the carry, knocked out of bounds by number
Seneca Espinoza.
All right, so he's giving Turner a little bit of break, and they're turning to Boost here in the second quarter. The replay, Boost got around the end, but then couldn't stay out. Yeah, couldn't stay out of bounds, though.
5'9", 180-pound junior.
And he's shown he's tough to bring down.
Yeah. You see that hair flying, and, man, you know he's going.
It's not a particularly windy night, but he's creating some.
Yeah. He takes that one for another 15 yards, so they're down at the 2, 1st and goal. 10:30 to go.
And they're already up by 3 scores. Oh.
WNL looks like they jumped.
Yeah, they jumped.
So they'll move it up to the 1.
Yeah. Yeah, the call's against them. Encroachment.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and goal on the 1.
Yes. Half the distance to the goal.
I don't think Walter's had a rush yet tonight. I mean,
don't
there's no
think
reason
so.
for him to.
No,
He's got such great runners around him, but
Yep.
let's see if he wants to keep it here and just get in the end zone. Got his team set.
Boost moves up almost in the tight end position. And there's a run by Walter.
There's a run on the
Let's see
keeper.
if he gets it to keeper. Do they give it to him? No signal yet.
I don't think he got it.
Did he get it?
Scott Walter on the QB sneak.
Did he get it? Yeah, he got it. They have not signaled it yet.
He's down just
Yep,
short of the
he's
goal.
down.
Yeah, I
short
think
of
he
the
got
goal
it.
line.
It looked like the defense stopped him on that one.
Yeah.
So that's the first of the goal line stands.
Yeah, here he is. Wow, just his movement with his feet, it looked like he got a yard on that one, but
Yeah, but it looked like he got blocked
Yeah,
out by,
but,
by the
yeah.
lineman in front of his own blocker in front of him.
all right, so this is inside the 1 where they mark it.
Right.
Literally like the half-yard line. 9:45 to go. 2nd and goal. This time they're just going to push up as much as they can. And there it is. His second attempt
And then
is
when he
good.
got it. All right. So he can do it from a yard, but he could do it from a foot.
That's right.
Put his best foot forward on that one.
Walter, big-time player for
Yeah, Walter gets in on the
Centreville,
scoring
all right.
action.
Number 8, Eric Rondo out to
All right, Rondo now for the point after. Oh, movement on the line. This should be against Centreville.
Right.
penalty on the play.
Yeah, false start on the
start.
Wildcats.
All right. Makes it a little tougher to get the extra point.
$9:40 to go. And this is what you don't hope for, is that you don't want to see a game that's a blowout. Now, I'll tell you, 34, maybe 35-7 under Virginia rules. Michael, there's a mercy rule. If Centreville happens to score again,
Right.
then you go into this mercy rule where the clock keeps running. And he faked it. He's going to throw it. He caught it.
Caught it.
Wow.
They broke up the pass, but it popped up
Yep.
in the air, and he managed to hold on to it and pick it up.
Joe Farrick. His try successful, basically.
Caught by number
We're gonna
46,
replay?
David Little,
David Little with the catch.
with 9
Here it is, tipped
remaining in the second
right
quarter
there.
play.
But he stayed
Little.
on it.
Yeah, he stayed on it.
36.
Concentration.
Washington Lee, 7.
Yep.
Yeah. Great camera work.
Now my question is, why go for 2?
Was it a broken up snap? That's I couldn't see.
Was it a it may have been.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it
I don't
was
know.
though.
Yeah. Oh, it couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it couldn't get the snap down.
All right.
So it was Plan B. I don't think there's anything magical about 36.
No. No, that's good.
Yeah.
He's being covered.
Harrington stays on him, but it popped
Right.
away the Wildcat.
All right, so that makes it 36 to 7.
6 to 7.
To receive for Washington Lee.
9:40 to go in the first half.
Number 28, DeQuay Harris.
DeQuay Harris and Dwayne Williams deep to receive now. Rondo's kick, and Rondo has a short kick.
Ball has been received and down by number 8, Noah
That was short enough to almost be an onside kick. That was quite
right.
a short kick.
Harrington got it, so ball now at the Washington Lee 35-yard line, where the Generals will take over. 1st and 10.
39 remaining in the
The Generals seem to be in control of the game, but they seem to be mixing it up on the kickoffs.
Right.
They got something new every time they go out there.
9:39 to go.
Not bad field position to start from. Appel will probably come out throwing.
Appel.
Appel's
This one's
pass dropped by number
dropped.
24, Trevor McManus.
McManus couldn't keep
keep
that
up.
one. Flag on the play.
Yeah, let's see what the flag is. Wasn't as good a pass as we've seen from
No.
Appel most of tonight. A little high
Number
and toward the out
51,
of bounds.
Tyler Love shaking on the play for Centreville.
Holding on the D, Tyler
Ah.
Love.
Preliminary
Like it was
call is a holding call
holding
defense.
on the defense.
Break for the Generals. But Centerville player Tyler Love is still down, and he's got some people out looking at him.
All right, 9:34 to go here from War Memorial Stadium. 36 to 7. Centerville on top of Washington Lee.
Yeah, Tyler Love,
The tight end
6 foot,
linebacker.
200
yeah.
pound
Being intended to
linebacker.
holding call on the defense.
He is walking off now, a little
It's
bit
a
of help.
10-yard penalty. First down, Washington Lee.
So with that holding call, that'll be an automatic first down for W&L. 10-yard penalty. They move it up to the 45-yard line. All right, Appel now. Appel looking, incomplete to Harrington.
Bell's pass falls incomplete. The pass was intended for number 8, Noah Harrington. Defended on the play, number 32.
Hi. Ho.
Chad Wiggins defended on that play. Appel is like, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
Get the play in.
It's important for the Generals now to just stay to their game plan,
No,
come
no.
out, try to move the ball,
Right.
keep throwing, execute plays.
Stokes comes out now. Sean Terry will come in. The kicker actually comes in on this play. 2nd down 10. There's confusion on the W&L side. They're going to call timeout.
Yep. Good move.
Washington Lee calls for a timeout with 9.
If you don't like what you see, you don't understand what you see,
Yeah.
go ahead and
Oh, right
call
outside
timeout.
the confines of War Memorial Stadium.
Yeah.
Fans, don't be afraid.
Getting a good look at the
Uh-oh. Getting ready to go in the gate.
right.
Look, that's our steady cam. Getting ready to go in the gate, and we just lost it back on the field.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
All the proceeds will go to Washington.
And I
There
don't
it
know,
is.
there it is again.
Now we're in the gate.
Now we're in the gate.
She's like, what are you guys doing? Don't put me on camera. There you are on the track in front of the stands.
I don't know if you can get. Are we getting the band on the audio? The band is
Yeah.
kicking it up right now. They sound great like they always do. Band director Alex Robinson always has his Washington Lee band
Right.
ready to play. So the score's not looking good, but it's still kind of a festive senior night
Yeah,
for
it
Washington
is.
Lee.
Hey, got to strike it up. Centerville showing big time blitz here. Uphill. Across the middle. Flags all over the place.
Wow.
The pass was intended for number 8, Noah
Looks like someone's doing laundry out there. There's so many flags.
Penalty markers on the play. The play was defended by number 33, John Jennings.
John Jennings on the defense.
It's against Centerville.
Pass interference.
All right,
called
here's a
on the
replay.
defense.
And this will be another first down for Washington Lee, as it is pass interference right there.
Well, these are the kind of plays that would give Coach Haddock a bit of a headache.
Yeah.
You got a big lead and you're making some bad mistakes here.
First down off the
So now, Michael, we move all the way up to the Centreville 40-yard line.
Right.
2 big penalties on Centreville here.
Right. Pell's got 2 receivers to the near side.
Pell. Intended for Harrington, incomplete.
fastball's incomplete.
May have been trying to force a little bit there. Harrington was pretty well covered.
Defended by number 33, John Jennings.
Might have had a bet. Stokes might have been a better option.
Right.
Going deep.
Yeah, and Harrington was coming across the middle. Stokes was going deep. I thought that too.
Yeah.
Nate Stokes, number 5.
2nd and 10. Stokes and Harrington both line up on near side.
Appel goes to the right side.
Sam Appel's pass completed to number 20.
That's completed to Dwayne Williams. Well short of the first down.
Yeah.
Pushed out of bounds by number 16, Andrew Rittenauer.
Andrew Rittenauer on the stop there.
Gain of 4. Bring up
Yeah.
3rd and 6.
Play.
All right, big play here for
Yeah,
Washington
very
Lee.
big play.
3rd and 6 for the Generals.
8:52 now to go in the first half. Again, looks like Stokes and Harrington on the near side.
Yep, Harrington in the slot. Appel looking. He's going to one of them. He's got Harrington. This one's intercepted. And there's another flag on the play.
Sam Appel's pass intercepted by number
But there is a flag. Now,
Yeah.
he did come over. He did go over Harrington's back.
He went over.
We'll
or
see. He went over the top there.
We'll probably get a replay.
Let's see. There's Appel's pass. Harrington's going up, and the receiver's going up, but he's over the back well beforehand.
Yeah. And that was the call.
Yeah.
All right, well, a couple of pass interferences by the Wildcats on this drive have let the Generals come down.
for Washington Lee. First and
Now
To the
first and
Wildcat
10.
20.
Yeah.
21-yard line.
So it's first and 10 now. And I think Coach Shapiro will say, yeah, we'll take it. Penalty after penalty.
Yeah.
Let's march us down the field.
I think that they learned this in math class. Yards are yards.
Appel being rushed. There's a flag on the play. He throws it away.
Fastball's incomplete. The pass was intended for number 28, Dwayne Harris. Penalty markers on the play.
Yeah. All right, let's see what these penalties are.
Holding on W&L.
Feeling a little too much of the pressure of that
Yeah.
Wildcat.
Something went wrong
offense.
on that play, though, because
Yeah.
there was a receiver that maybe didn't turn around. Looked like there could have been a screen on that or something like that, but somebody didn't read that play right.
Right.
All right, 8:20 to go.
So first and
Holding on the offense. Repeat first down from the Washington, the Centreville 35-yard line.
so a first and 25.
Let's see. They move the ball back to
First and 20.
first and 20. They move
First
the ball
and
back
20.
to the 35-yard
All right,
line. So it's
right.
first and 20.
First and 20.
Appel now rolling to his left. Short pass. Looks like it's caught.
Yeah.
It is. Dwayne Williams
Dwayne Williams.
Nice catch.
gets some of that back.
Good precision pass by Appel on the move.
Second and long for the Generals.
So it'll be second and long, but not quite so long.
$8:15 to go here in the first half. 36-7. Centreville on top.
All right. 3 receivers on the other side.
Appel with the shovel pass.
Appel shovels the pass.
Nothing doing.
Nothing.
It's incomplete. Seneca Espinoza was the intended receiver on the shovel pass, so now it's 3rd down and long.
3rd and long, and all right, let's check out the replay.
There it is.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like that call.
No.
At this point, neither does Shapiro.
Right. All right, 3rd down, ball on the 35-yard line. All right, Appel from his own 35. This one incomplete.
Out.
Intended for Dwayne Williams.
Yep.
So this will be a 4th down.
Williams was hit pretty hard after he made or he tried to make the reception. So far, the Centreville defense, they look like they're hard hitters.
Yeah.
And they're big guys.
They're just a fast, athletic team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're big. You're right. They're big, especially up on the line. All right, 4th down and forever. Ball on the 35-yard line. Appel, they're going for it, of course. Up top, he's got Harrington. Intercepted. Intercepted at the 5. Looks like it is Turner. He's going to go cross the field. Crosses the 30-yard line, still on his feet. Now he's coming back to the near side, 35, 40, still on his feet, finally taken down about the 43, 44-yard line.
It's a long and winding road he made on that play. Wow. Appel threw under a lot of pressure.
He did.
And he's been really accurate all evening, so sooner or later he was going to make a slip up like that.
There he is, Turner. Wow, that was like a punt. I mean, that's why that play made sense. You just go deep. It's kind of like a punt anyway, so. But Turner brought that one all the way back. About a 40-yard return.
He was near side, he was far side, back up the middle.
All right, Walter now under center. There's the give up the middle. Not
Good
much
stop.
doing.
Yeah, good stop by the general defense.
Boost, they stopped him quickly. Clark on the stop. 2nd down.
Probably about 2nd and 7, maybe.
It's about a 2 or 3 yard gain,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. 2nd and 7, they give it officially a 3-yard gain. $7:15 to go here in the 2nd. Walter now dropping back. That one's complete to Turner.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Number 5, Scott Walters' pass completed to number 23, AJ.
Brought him down.
Tackle by number 20, Dwayne Williams.
Dwayne Williams stops him.
Good stop by
Actually,
Dwayne
yeah,
Williams.
it was a good stop because if he wasn't able to make that stop, Turner might still be running.
He had clear skies ahead of him.
Yeah. Nonetheless, it's still a 1st down for Centreville.
Right. In general territory at the 44.
Yeah. W now showing blitz. Walter now. Get him down. Look at that.
Thrown for a loss.
Patron gets him in the backfield. 6-yard loss.
And they haven't been in this position very much tonight, but the Centreville's facing 2nd and long.
Ball right at midfield.
Walter brings his team up.
It is. He's got such a funny stance under center.
Right.
Michael, he gets way down there.
Oh.
Screen pass to Boost. Boost catches it. He'll be short of the 1st down.
Good run by Boost after the pass.
It
The pass
was.
looked a little dangerous. He threw it into not a very high pass into
And
a lot of generals.
someone from Washington Lee almost got it.
Yeah.
Look how high he jumped. That ball just went right over his hand. I'm not sure who it was.
Replay.
Right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is number 74 for Washington Lee. Mark
That was
Varner.
almost a pick six.
He almost got it. Oh, look at that. Talk about close. All right, Tutt's on the near side, and I only mentioned that because we really haven't heard from Charles Tutt in the last few minutes.
We haven't, but
A.J. Turner again. He gets the first down. A lot more goes to the near side. He's got some running room. Crosses the Washington Lee 20. Finally taken down close to the 5-yard line. We'll see where they officially mark it.
if we see a replay, you'll notice Tutt,
Penalty marker,
nice
by the
forward
way.
block, though.
Yeah.
So Tutt got into the play even though he didn't get thrown the ball. And that would be the flag.
Let's see. Ball was on the 40-yard line. 25-20. Look at Turner, man. Finally brought down.
But the penalties
Tackle by
against
Robbie
the
Moore.
Wildcats.
Yeah. So bring it back.
Now the officials are marking off the penalty.
Yeah.
So we're about the 34, 33-yard line.
The rush still results in a
Yeah,
first
it's
down
still a
for
first down
Centreville.
because that penalty was from the point of
First and 10,
Infraction.
Centreville
infraction,
for
right?
Yes.
So it's a 7-yard gain.
That's when you're having a good day. Even your penalties are gains.
Because it's up at the 33. This play started at the 40, so. There's our steady cam. I'm not sure if that's David Aronson controlling the steady cam. He's doing a wonderful job.
I think it is. I think I saw him down in the field.
All right.
Steady on the steady cam, David Aronson.
Steady as usual. Speaking of steady, there's Boos. Breaks one tackle. This time he's not going to break that next one.
Boos was
Mark-
bopping from defender to defender. It looked like
was.
speed dating out there. It was just
Mark Varner said, enough of this.
yeah. Finally
I'm
brought
not
him
dating
down.
you. Sit down.
Yeah.
I'm here to tackle you.
Great defensive effort by
Yeah.
the Generals, though.
Second and 15 for Centreville.
5-yard loss.
All right, second and long.
All right. 2 receivers for Walter, 1 on each side. Steps back. He's going to go up top. This one's complete. And guess who it is? Is that a touchdown?
Walter's pass
Yep.
completed to
Tutt is in the end zone.
Number 2, Charles Tutt. There he
Yes.
is.
Centreville touchdown.
And I don't think it was intended that way. It didn't look like a very good pass.
No, it wasn't
but
a good
Tutt
pass.
cut back, made a great catch, and ran in for the score.
So this makes it 42-7.
Yes.
You'll see here.
What to do on the extra point.
Eric Rondo out to try the point after.
Rondo into kick.
.452 to go in the second. Yeah, this is a long second
Generals
quarter.
hustling to get off the field at the last minute there. It is good.
And there's good. 4:52 to go. 43-7.
40-7. All right, let's see the replay on the
Here
kick.
it is.
Oh, the replay on the pass.
Well, he was going up the middle. He was just going up top. Tutt jumped and caught it and
Off to the
he ran
races.
it in, yeah. So now we go into mercy mode. The mercy rule is in effect.
The clock will run
Continuously run.
once play starts again,
Yep.
once the kickoff. Yeah.
35-point mercy rule now in effect here under the Virginia High School League law rules. Slow-moving first quarter for a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
There were
let's-
quite a few penalties in this quarter, though.
There were. Let's see if Dwayne Williams gets a chance to run a kickback.
In order for that to happen, Centreville's got to kick it off. And
So
they're
far,
not on the
they're
field
not
right
taking
now.
the field. Oh, here they come.
Here they come, finally. What could they be talking about all the time?
How could they be reluctant to be on the field? Today, the field is their friend, I think.
Yeah. All right, Rondo now will kick off.
Well, the Wildcats have put up more than 40 for the 7th time out of 8 games.
Update. 21-16, Yorktown losing to Chantilly at the half.
And they're at the half over at Greenbrier Stadium.
Yeah, that's a much closer game. Oh, Williams couldn't hold on to that one. Picks it up. And he just better hold on to that ball.
Yeah.
And he did. Tony Curry
15-yard line.
brings him
So
down.
let's see what they give them. See where they spot the ball.
Looks like
about
they'll
the
be at
15?
yeah, right around there.
Around the 15.
They're going to call it 1st and 10 at the 14, 4:44 to go. A lot of fours on that.
Well, the Generals have already scored on an 88-yard pass play this game.
General scored, yeah.
So they've only got to go 85 yards here.
You like the chances then?
I like the chances.
Another update. Stewart 21, Wakefield nothing at the half.
Bell hands the ball off to number 28, Jaquay Harris.
And that game is Wakefield's on the road for that game, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So all 3 Arlington schools not doing too well right now.
No.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Loss of 3 on that one.
All right, well, now they've teed it up. Now they've got 88 yards to go to the end zone. Let's pull out that same pass play.
4:15 to go. Appel out of the gun. Looks across. Finds Harrington. He's
Yeah.
taken down.
Harrington, tackled by number 33,
Gain of maybe 9 or so on the play.
Yeah, right around there.
John Jennings. Sorry, correction, number 23, A.J. Turner.
A.J. Turner on the stop. 3:45 and counting. First half.
And like I was saying earlier, I think the Generals want to stay in their game plan. They want to continue to come out, throw the ball. They know they can move the offense. Stay confident and move the chains.
Mhm. Third down, 5, ball on the 19. Appel once again to his right. Got a man in the flat, but it's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah.
Will Kelsch.
Kelsch on the receiving end of that one.
Kelch was open, but he didn't have a lot of room to run after
No.
he caught the ball.
All right, loss of 4 actually on that one,
All
so
right.
3 minutes left.
Loss of
Bring it
4
up,
on
4th
that
and
play.
8.
Fourth and 8 for the Generals. Number 53, Eric Badradine out to punt.
So they will punt with just under 3 minutes left to go in the first half.
Yeah.
23, A.J. Turner back to receive.
All right, Turner to receive.
Kick to the far side.
Yep.
Out of bounds.
Looks like it'll be the 33-yard line, and Michael, that's not a bad idea just to kick it out of bounds. You don't want them running it back.
True, but you don't necessarily want them to give them this kind of field position.
No. .232 to go.
Walter brings his Wildcats back out. One receiver on the far side. Yeah, I think they're in there.
Yep.
Protect the ball offense.
All right. Mark Varner, we're calling his name quite a bit.
Yeah.
He stopped that one, yes.
He's made some good tackles, and somebody's still down. Is that Griffin?
34 for Washington Lee. That's her. Or 64. Who is that? Peter
Peter
Griffin.
Griffin.
Peter Griffin checking up for Washington
Yeah.
Lee.
All right.
Seems to be
Yeah, he's a
okay.
defensive tackle for Washington Lee.
Actually, I'm wrong. He does not seem to be. He's still down. People are looking
Yeah.
at him right now.
There's a Washington Lee crowd. They're pretty quiet tonight.
Right.
Pretty quiet tonight, Michael.
Well, they're still happy to be here. I think they're
Yeah.
still proud of the seniors, but at the moment, the game's not really going in their favor.
No. We'll be at Wakefield next week.
That's right.
WNL and Wakefield. Our last 2 games of the regular season, final, and of course our finale, as always, Wakefield, or Washington Lee,
The new tradition.
and Yorktown. And that's at Greenbrier this year,
That's
right?
at Greenbrier this year.
Yes.
That's right.
So we are at Greenbrier Stadium in November.
And
Our 2 November games, at Wakefield and at Greenbrier. Does
Right.
Wakefield have a new name for their stadium? Do you know?
I don't know if they have a new name or
No.
not. They don't, and they don't have really a new stadium yet.
I always called it Warrior Field, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I never heard anyone ever call it anything.
Well, they're still working on the bleachers.
They are
The
still.
plan is to work on the bleachers in the off season for football.
Okay. Okay.
Be ready for soccer in the spring, I guess.
All right. That is Peter Griffin.
Peter Griffin
he's
being
not
helped
putting,
off.
Yeah, he's not putting much
Yeah.
weight, but he is.
Could
he
be a
is
left
walking.
knee.
Yeah.
He's keeping it kind of straight.
Yeah.
We'll try to find out if he's okay. Probably go back in the locker room. May not see him come back out for the second half.
Manis coming out, giving him a few words of encouragement.
Yeah.
Arlington did too. We are spanning the stands of Washington Lee High School.
2:25 to go in the first half. 43-7. Centreville Wildcats over the Washington Lee Generals. So Griffin will be on the sideline getting some attention.
Yeah.
And it'll bring up 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Generals 18-yard line.
1st and 10 for Centreville.
All right, you know what? There's a new quarterback in, and that is
Number
Joe
12,
Farrick,
Joe Farrick on the
the
rush
6'2",
for Centreville.
185-pound junior in at quarterback now.
You don't give up much on the size.
No.
You give up a year of experience when you go to the backup, but the
But
size.
not the size.
Yeah.
2nd and 6 for the Wildcats.
So pick up a little bit. 2nd down 6. Pick up a 4, I should say.
Less than 2 minutes to go now in the first half.
Ryan Verger, receiver on the far side. There's a handoff, and it looks like it. 29. Tony Curry taking down hard. Now,
Yeah.
there's, late flag right down by the 10-yard line.
Curry is senior. He's 5'10", listed at only 150.
Yeah, he's a small guy.
Yeah.
This one is a personal foul, and this one will go against Washington Lee, and this will be an automatic 1st down.
Personal foul
Right.
call on the defense.
Yeah, that's part frustration right there, huh, Michael?
I think so.
Yeah.
You bring a lot of expectations into the game when you're behind this
Right.
much this early. It can be very frustrating.
So now ball is on the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. There's Mr. Griffin being carted off. He'll go back to the locker room. They'll check it out.
Third and 2 for Centreville.
Now let's see what Farrah can do down starting at the 9-yard line.
All right, Farrick now under center. This time he gives. That is number 24 for Centreville,
Number 24.
James Okoro, but he slipped and he got hit at the same time. A double whammy.
Stopped by number 8, Noah Harrington.
Harrington stops him maybe at a yard pickup at most.
At most. I don't think it's enough for the first down, though. Let's see what they give him.
So here's the replay. Boom, right there. Yeah,
I think it's
enough.
a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said first and goal earlier, but it wasn't first and goal. It was.
So it's 4th and 1.
Yep.
And
they're going for it.
Carrick is under center to go for
We'll see what they do. Is he just going to try and dry him off sides? And there's a flag, and it looks like, yeah. Yeah, yes, indeed, Michael.
All right.
That's a false start.
False start.
Now they'll bring out the kicking
4th
unit.
and 6.
Eric Rondo now will kick the field goal.
All
for
right, let's see if
Centreville.
Rondo can hit a field goal. All right, they're from the 14, about a 31-yard or so field goal. Maybe a 30-yard field goal.
Yeah, this is about a 30-yard field goal. It looks like it's spotted right at the 20, so we'll call it a 30-yard field goal. Farrick the holder, Rondo the kicker. Snap good, hold good, kick. Long enough? Let's see. It is good.
It is good.
Rondo's point after is good.
Good middle of the field position for them to try the kick.
Right.
All right, we're up to 46-7 now.
46
Centreville Wildcats
to 7.
over the Washington Lee Generals.
So we've seen a 2-point conversion. We've seen
That wasn't even planned.
That was not planned, and a field goal.
That wasn't even their first choice.
Right. They tried to draw W&L off sides. They committed the false start instead, so
Right.
they had to kick a field goal.
They've had to use a lot of Plan Bs tonight, but they're still up by almost 40
Those Plan
points.
Bs are A1 right now for Centreville, because they are certainly working. 46-7, and we're still in the third quarter with 11 seconds left.
Okay.
Just 11 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. Centreville 46.
Second quarter. I'm sorry, did I say third quarter? Second quarter. I'm thinking ahead. Second quarter. We have not even gone through halftime
We'll
yet.
get there, yeah.
It's cold.
And
It's hitting my brain. It's been a long day, folks. Been a long day.
all right, Centreville. Rondo out to kick again. This time they're not huddling off the field like the other last
No,
kickoff.
they don't have to have a meeting.
All right, there's a kick.
All right, here it is.
Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to run,
Yeah.
nowhere to hide. DeQuay Harris
36.
stopped at the 3-second mark.
Number 16, Andrew Rittenauer.
So Pell will have a chance to just try to put up in the air.
Yeah. Andrew Ridnour on the stop.
Which I think you might as well do here. There's no point in just taking a knee and going to the half.
Well, they may not be able to get this one off. Let's see.
Oh, the clock run.
3 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
I think he'll be able to.
Oh, they'll hold the clock until.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they'll get a snap. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, I wasn't quite sure.
He's got
Yeah. All right,
2
Appel.
receivers after the far side.
Yep, 2 on the near side as well. Appel rolling, looking, throwing, complete, and that'll do it for the first half.
Yeah.
46-7. Will Kelsch ends the first half. Michael Shea, I'm
Yep.
right here.
We didn't lose Epstein.
That is the end of the first half, 46-7, and it started out good for Washington
It
Lee,
did start
Michael.
out good, and there's still a lot of good things tonight, but they're on the short end of the stick right
Yeah,
now.
this
46-7.
This is a gifted team. They're athletic, they're fast, they're
Yeah.
strong, they're big. But now you
But
got to
let's
play.
see- But let's see what happens when they come out for the second half.
Right.
Let's see if the Generals can keep their focus, keep their composure, and play the good football
That's right.
that they can do.
And Centreville gets the kickoff in the second half, fortunately for Washington Lee.
When it rains, it pours.
Yes, it does. And on that note, you're watching high school football on Arlington Independent Media, Comcast 69, Verizon, Fios 38. We'll be back for the second half after this. Michael, we are back 46-7, and we're about to start the second half here from War Memorial Stadium. And I don't know, what can you say? WNL not looking too good in the first half.
No, not looking too good. Let me just say, though, we don't cover the halftime, but it was quite a great halftime performance.
It was. I saw it.
WNL band, they did West Side Story.
Yeah.
Band director Alex Robinson. He's got his group looking terrific.
Yeah, they looked really good. Enjoyed watching the halftime.
Yeah.
West
Picked
Side
up some
Story.
spirits here.
Yeah, one of the classics in American history. Great theater, great
But
drama, great movie.
Unfortunately, so far in tonight's football game, I don't think the Generals feel like they're either the Sharks or the Jets. They don't feel like they're quite in the fight at this point.
No belting out of Maria here.
No.
All right. So
All right.
WNL, remember, they won the kickoff, the initial coin flip. They received the ball. So now in the second half, they kick. Henry Casey now set to kick off. Charles Tutt deep to receive.
Charles
And
Tutt.
And of course, A.J. Turner. We've called their names quite a bit tonight.
They have. In reference to long yardage.
Washington Lee does what Centreville had been doing all night long with their kickoffs, and they just kind of pooch the kick. And it's Boos.
Boos.
Once again, Boos on the
Boos
loose.
ran the full width of the field on that one, and he was pushed out of bounds finally. So not a long return, but a long return.
Solomon pushed him out of bounds.
All right, so Walter, well, we still got Frederick, I think, right?
Number 12 is Frederick. Let's see if he steps in.
Or Ferrick, I guess.
Or Ferrick, is it? Let's see who steps in under center in a second. Yep, looks like it's going to be 12.
All right. Joe Ferrick, the junior.
Yep.
Out in place with Scott Walter, the senior.
Yeah, Ferrick under center, a rolling clock after this play. And there is number 24, James Okoro. He picks up nice yardage, gets close to the first down, probably got it.
Cross midfield. Down to about the 47 of the Generals.
Harrington and King on the stop. Yeah. Second down and inches now for Centreville. You can't get any closer than that without getting it.
You cannot.
No.
Let's see what Ferrick wants to do on this play.
All right, he gives it to Devin Gavion, who gets the first down.
Give another senior. A lot of seniors on the Centreville team.
A lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, yeah, and that's what's scary because if you're a Centreville fan, you're really happy because next year a lot of these juniors who have gotten a lot of playing time, they'll step up next year.
Tutt,
Turner,
all these
Tutt,
guys,
yeah. Ferrick, yeah,
Looking good
they'll be starting next year again. They're coming back.
One receiver down on the near side.
All right, first down now for Ferrick and company. There is a handoff. And that one looks like it was Tony Curry. Yeah, Tony Curry.
Tony Curry. Generals are all over him, though. Gain of 1.
McManus stopped him, 9:45 and counting.
Right. With the score differential now, we're in the rolling clock situation.
46-7, Centreville on top with the ball as we open up the second half.
Ferrick brings his team out.
Man in motion. There it is. They give up the gut, and that is Devin Gavion again.
Devin Gavion again. So Ferrick, it must be a Centreville Wildcat thing. He gets pretty low on center as well.
I guess that's what the coach wants.
Yeah.
Make sure he controls that ball.
Right.
There's no mishandling of it. Third down 6.
Could make it a little bit harder for the defense to see the initial movement of the quarterback.
All right.
All right, we're down again.
Third down 6, Washington Lee. Got like 8 in the box right now. There is the give once again. That is number 24, James Okoro, and he's going to be held short of the first down. Michael King again trips him up.
Generals stopping
Yes.
the Wildcats at this point.
Yes.
4th and
And
5. They're kind of in that
yeah.
region where you're not going to punt, you're not going to go for a field goal.
So they're going to go for
They're
it.
going to go for it.
All right, 4th down. 5 for Centreville. There is the handoff again to the far side. This one is a first down for James Okoro.
Forced out of bounds, but after he got the first down. So about 8 minutes into the second half now. I'll move the chains.
They get down to the 30-yard line now in Centreville, threatening on their first possession of the second half.
Yes. We haven't seen their punter very much tonight. The Wildcat punter.
No,
They
not
may have
too
called
much.
the early bus back to Centreville. I don't know.
Yep, they didn't need him. Man in motion, there is number 7 again. That is Devin Gavion, 5'10", 175-pound senior. Running back and linebacker, Patron on the stop.
Yeah, he's doing the Gavion a lot this half.
Good, loss of 2 there,
Yeah,
so.
second and long. Down around the general 32 yard line.
Coming up on the 7-minute mark now. Same play pretty much. This time Fair keeps it. He makes his way through the middle and still on his feet. And he's going to get in. Let's see if he got in. Let's see what the call is. Looks like he got in for the touchdown. Joe Farrick.
Farrick, great run by Farrick.
Yep. Couldn't tell, man. It's so
Yeah.
far over there in the far corner, way over there. Farrick with a good run. He was weaving and bobbing his way through the
Yeah.
Washington Lee defense, and he just,
All things are in motion.
yeah. Rondo now set to kick the extra point.
Rondo back in. Junior, Eric Rondo.
Another junior. Snap good, hold good, kick is long enough, it's good. So
Yes.
that makes it 52,
53.
53, pardon me, 53 to 7. Here's the replay, Michael.
Yeah, here's the replay we wanted to see.
Look at him,
Farrick still
keeps it.
has it. That's really.
Did he even get touched?
No, I think
until
he
the
got
end?
touched. I think he got touched early on back there, just briefly, but
Maybe.
he he didn't commit to what he found in the opening, and then he just took it. So the start of the play didn't look like he was in all that big of a rush.
hard. You know, it's hard for Washington Lee, Michael. I mean, you know, they're playing Centreville, a 6A school.
Right.
You know, much bigger. On the line, especially. Appel is running for his life most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's very hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do this. And this is that quirk in the scheduling now because of the new playoff system, the playoff format, which I'm totally against myself. But I don't like it. I don't like the point system. It's like you're putting schools up against each other, where one school is always more dominant because they have way more players, or, you know, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And it's to me, it is a bit unfair in Virginia high school football now.
Yeah.
And I hope they revisit this in a year or two.
Right. Well, it's the first year of it.
It is the first
So
year,
the
so
problems that are going to
you
come
know,
out are still having a time to
Yeah.
emerge. And it looks like it's out of bounds
Yeah.
on that kickoff.
And there's a legal procedure on the kicking team, so this one will go against Centreville.
Almost halfway through the third quarter.
Coach Shapiro has elected to take
Yep.
the defensive
Shapiro decided that he'll take it right at the 35, where the Generals will take over now.
All
So
right.
6:30 to go.
Let's get underway. Appel still out there. 2 receivers to the near side, a couple receivers to the far side.
Appel, look, being blitzed, being pursued, throws it incomplete.
Yep.
It passes intended for Trevor McManus, so 2nd and 10 from the 35.
Appel once again under a lot of pressure like he's been all evening.
The microphone!
We don't have Appel's numbers up here, but I'd like to see his numbers because I suspect they're better than the score would look.
Oh, yes,
he's made some
definitely.
nice passes
Especially
tonight.
in the first half.
Yeah, he's really good at times.
First quarter, really, he didn't, I mean, he was on target.
Yeah.
His first 5-6 passes from what I can remember. And he had that really nice one to Noah Harrington. Here he is under the gun, under pressure. He gets taken down.
Yep.
And he is sacked.
WNL football game.
Jake Bainey rushes right up the middle and gets him.
You guys can work on your formation.
Loss of 4. Appel didn't have any chance to throw that ball.
No.
Those aren't sloppy dittos. Stairs!
3rd and really long.
Yeah.
Now the 26.
3rd down, right. 3rd and 19, ball on the 26, yeah.
Oh, wait, it's my headphones that I have on. I'm so crazy.
All right, Appel, again being pursued. He gets it out in the flat.
All right.
Yeah, short of the first down to McManus, but McManus ran that one, got most of it back.
Big pickup.
Yeah. This will probably be about a
Yeah, let's see the
this
replay.
will be a 4th and 4 as you see Appel here.
Kind of a high snap.
McManus breaks that one tackle, shakes it off, crosses the 40.
Yeah.
Officially, it's a 4th and 3.
All right, let's see what they can do. Appel back once again.
Yeah.
He's got a couple receivers to the far side.
Appel now. Looking, throwing. He's got a man open up top. Incomplete.
Centreville's pass, incomplete. The pass was intended for number 20.
What can you
That
say?
was
That's one of
Dwayne
those
Williams.
passes. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's close. but
it was
if you
close.
don't come up with it. you
It
don't
was
come up with
close.
it. Yeah.
It was close. I thought he had him because Williams had his man beat by 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Let's see this again.
I think it was a good call. Look at that. He had him beat.
Yep.
Just a little overthrown. Change of possession
Yeah.
now.
Centreville takes over. Farrick will be probably back out. And they're on the Washington Lee 42-yard line. Yep, Farrick's got his instructions. Now he's back in the game at the huddle.
In case you're wondering, if Farrick doesn't play the remainder of this game, Ryan Brusick would be the quarterback I believe that they would send in.
All right, we'll see if we get to see him in action.
And he is a sophomore, 5'9", 165. So we'll see. But right now, that is number 42, Luke Rexinger.
Number 42, Luke Rexinger.
345 and counting.
Joe Clark.
Joe Clark gets Rexinger. I like that name, Rexinger.
He sounds like he's trouble.
2nd and 8. for the Washington Lee
He's a ringer. All right, 2nd and 8.
Picked up only a couple yards on the play. 53-7, Centreville Wildcats over the Washington Lee Generals.
All right, that one is Devin Gavion again.
Another scrim at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Another scrum at the line of scrimmage. Get my terms right. If I'm going to speak about rugby, at least I should get it right. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Gains. 3rd and 5, they're calling it. Farrick keeps running over to check in with the coach.
Yep,
That's
calling
kind
the
of a
plays.
score. You might be on autopilot. I would
Yeah, you would think so,
would
right?
but I'm not the coach. 3rd and 5.
Man in motion, and that is 29, Tony Curry. He's got to find some running room. He does get it back a little bit, but he's going to be short of the first down, and there is a late flag, Michael.
Yes.
Espinoza on the tackle.
Not sure by much of the first down, but let's see what the flag is.
He's short, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Goes against the Generals.
So this will be an automatic first down.
Let's see the replay.
he turns that corner and picks.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I didn't see the personal conduct.
I didn't
but
see too much.
We're going to march off the yardage just the same. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Centreville Wildcats on about the Washington Lee 20.
Right. So the call is unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, not a particular player. There wasn't a late hit.
Ah. I guess they didn't like the mood. They didn't like the mood.
Maybe
of the defense.
there could have
sending
been
bad vibes.
There could have been some words said, and the officials want to.
That's right.
You know, something like that.
Yeah.
And the officials want to nip it in the bud, especially with a game like this. That happens.
Farrick has his team up on the Washington Lee 21.
All right, that is Gavion.
Yep. Bottled up.
Yeah, gets
the
help.
Generals division.
Yeah.
Defense.
Nico Patron on the stop. So they give him 2 yards on that one. So second and 8 for Centreville.
Minute and a half to go here in the third quarter.
A minute and a half.
53-7. Wildcats over the Generals. One receiver on the far side. They're probably going to keep the ball on the ground, though.
Farrick with the handoff. Believe that is number 29, Tony Curry.
29, Tony Curry on the rush.
Curry in a hurry, but I think came up short of the first down.
That's a good one. I was looking for there had to be a rhyme with Curry, something.
Well, there've been so many scores, I'm feeling a little blurry, but that's not Tony Curry's fault. I'm not gonna tag that on him.
40 seconds, or coming up on the 40-second mark.
3rd and 2 for Centreville.
3rd and 2 now for Centreville, and they're looking to put a few more points on the board. Go ahead, you can say it.
Some would say Centreville is showing its fury tonight. But they seem to be winning with a
Tony
cool
Curry.
detachment, I think. Tony Curry.
Curry is showing his fury.
He is. So we're coming up on 4th and 2. As the final ticks of the third quarter will.
And they'll walk it the other way.
Yes, they'll go down about 90 yards and set it up again. So the third quarter went by mercifully, fairly quickly, and the Wildcats only picked up a score.
Yeah.
Generals have had a couple of possessions, but haven't been able to move the ball.
There's a good look at the Washington Lee coach, Josh Shapiro. I know that
he's had better nights.
Yes, he's had better nights. I know that they're playing a team that is superior on a lot of levels to a lot of teams in the area, but I think he thought, and actually I did too, I thought that he thought that this game would be much closer. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Yorktown up on Chantilly 30-28.
Yeah, and that's got to be the fourth quarter now.
Yes, oh yeah.
For them.
They're
Might
way
be the
ahead
third
of
quarter.
us.
Yeah. They're in a different time zone at this point.
Yeah.
Wow, so the Patriots tonight look like they're coming back. Whether they can hold the lead or not, we still need to see.
The Patriots, they are the cream of the crop in the National District for sure, but you know what? They'll be one game up on Washington Lee, but that game, the reason they're one game up on Washington Lee, let's say if Yorktown holds on and wins,
right? Exactly.
Because they won their non-district game where W&L didn't. So
and W&L's playing.
Yorktown.
Chantilly's a quality team.
Oh,
Yorktown's
absolutely.
Taking a quality team, but Centreville is that cut above and a dominant team at this point in the season.
But when Washington Lee plays Yorktown, that still could be for the National District.
That's right.
So.
That's right. We'll see what happens next week with both teams' games. All right. Farrick takes the snap. Oh, brought down.
Yeah.
It'll be a turnover on downs.
That was Tony Curry.
Curry.
Who was brought down by a flurry of Washington Lee.
He was only in a hurry to be tackled at that point.
So W&L will take over 1st and 10. That man right there, Dwayne Williams. Oh, now he's in. I'm going back in.
Yep. He's had a pretty solid game.
Yeah. They don't like kicking to him, though.
They
that's
don't
for sure.
like kicking to him, no.
He must be like the Devin Hester of the National District.
All right, the Generals now come out. Looking to get something going here at the start of the fourth
All
quarter.
right, Appel now with 3 receivers to the right. And he's going to roll to his right. He's going to look up. He's got Williams. He caught it at the 40-yard line. Crosses midfield, and he steps out of bounds.
A polite step out of bounds. I think he may not have been able to realize he was so close to out of
Right.
bounds because he wasn't forced. Great pass, great catch.
There's the replay.
Let's get the replay.
First down.
Yeah, Appel shows a great deal of accuracy when he's in motion like
Right
that,
there.
and he's not thrown off his throwing foot.
No. He goes from his 16 to Centreville's 47-yard line. Appel now looking to the left, going up top once again. Overthrown.
Sam Appel's pass falls incomplete. The pass was
All right,
intended for number 20,
well covered.
Trevor McManus.
This time McManus, the intended receiver.
2nd and 10.
Tight coverage by the Wildcats. All right, so he came up throwing again.
Well, obviously we see what the intent is right here is just to go,
Come
go,
down.
and go. Yeah, just
come
throw it
down,
down
put
there.
some points on the board. They've most of tonight they've moved the ball better than
They have.
one touchdown would look, but they had that really damaging interception early in the game.
All right, Appel across the middle. This is complete.
Yep.
And that is McManus. And this is what I love actually about Appel, is that he is pretty accurate when he goes deep like that up top, down the sidelines. But I think he's even better when he throws it across the middle.
Yeah.
You know, when he's got a player open in the middle, he really finds his targets.
He definitely finds it. Yeah, you can see there in the replay.
McManus with a good catch and run. Gain of 21 yards, so 10 minutes now here in the fourth quarter. Appel going up top. He's got a receiver open. Incomplete.
Sam Appel's pass
That was Nate Stokes. Could not hold on.
No.
Looked like it might have even been knocked out, but Nate Stokes nonetheless couldn't hold on, so no touchdown, no catch.
Again, tight coverage. Great pass, though. Threaded the needle down to Stokes.
Yeah.
Brings up 2nd and 10?
Yeah, this should be.
2nd and 10, okay.
2nd and 10,
Down to
ball
the
on the
20-yard
28.
line.
All right, Appel now with a fake. This time he throws
Oh,
it, and
yeah.
it's incomplete. McManus tried to play that one off, though. I like that. Like, yeah, I got it, ref. I got it.
Good play by Appel, getting rid of the ball under pressure like that. Minimize the damage. Brings up a 3rd down, but it's not a 3rd and really long. Appel's faced pressure all night. He's done a great job of moving out of the
Yeah.
pocket and minimizing the damage.
Appel this time goes to his right. Once again, finds Stokes. Stokes pushed from behind. No flag.
No flag.
And Stokes still almost caught the ball.
Yeah.
But he was
Great
pushed
effort.
from behind. I'm surprised there was no flag there.
Great effort by Stokes. Ball a little overthrown, but bring up 4th and 10.
I mean, it's as long as the clock's still. I mean, it is also part of our offense. It's not really
8:20 now.
We're not trying to embarrass Sam, that's for sure.
4th and 10 for the Generals.
All right, Appel now. Here he goes. Going to have to get rid of it. Looking for Dwayne Williams, and this one is intercepted. Maybe it's right there
And he was
inside
down?
the 5. Yeah. Once you're down, you're down.
Once you're down, you're down. It might have been a miscommunication.
Right.
The
route
he
was
didn't
different.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appel thought he knew where he was going to be.
Intercepted by number 26. We don't have him in the roster. 2-6. So we don't know who 2-6 is. He's not on our roster. Too bad, so sad.
He's the
But
interceptor.
Mr. 26, good job.
Yeah.
Yes, he
And
is.
Appel's having the kind of night where he's throwing very well, but if you get a miscommunication with your receiver, you can throw it where it's supposed to be, and you're guy's not going to be there.
I mark this ball at the 2-yard line. Look at that shot. That is David Aronson and our steady cam right at the 2-yard line.
Number 3, Christian.
Look like he gained about 8 yards on the play.
Christian Monsapit.
Gets their back out of the end zone at this point.
Yeah. He is the 5'6", 150-pound senior, is Christian Monsapit.
Bring up 2nd and 3. We're getting close to only 7 minutes left to go in the game.
And there's Tony Curry again. Nothing doing for Curry.
Nothing doing.
No.
Well, Farrakh is just trying to keep the ball under control, hand it off, move the ball up, run the clock.
Run the clock out.
Textbook case when you're up by this much.
Yeah. Joe Clark is a big young fella, 6 feet 270. He's a big guy.
Yeah,
he's got some size.
He's got some size.
He can cause a lot of confusion and disruption right on that line, right?
So it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 10-yard line.
That one is Tony Curry.
Yeah.
He's good on that rush, so he gets the first down.
A busy night. I'm kind of impressed with both teams. There really have not been a lot of penalties. And a lot of times
Not
in
a
a
lot.
game that gets this far out of hand, players can lose focus. You get the sort of mistake penalties. Both teams, I think, have kept their focus and
They
avoided
have.
that. All right, we're down to 5:50 left to go in the game.
No, that's a very good point, because you just lose your mental aspect of the game. I mean,
Right.
depending on what team you are, and even if whether you're the team with the big lead or the team losing by big.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of action on the line, not much of a game.
I think Joe Farron kept that one. He was on the rush there.
Stop by number 79.
Welcome back to our broadcast booth. Afshin Banab, Michael Shea, War Memorial Stadium, Washington Lee, Centreville, and not a good one for the Generals tonight,
No.
folks. 53-7 in the 4th quarter, 5:05 and counting. So, but we will be back, and we'll be at Wakefield next week, and it's the Generals and the Warriors.
That's right.
That's right, an Arlington County matchup.
The Generals will still have a pretty strong 6-2
Yes.
record, and the Warriors
will.
are kind of resurging after a couple of bad years.
Yeah, I like what Hogwood is doing over there at Wakefield. It's going to take him a little while, but he's got him on the right path.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10 now.
1st and 10, Centreville from their own 26-yard line.
Wildcats from their own 26.
Four and a half to go.
One receiver down the near side. Wide right. Wide left.
Oh, there's a fumble, and there's a scrum.
Fumbled exchange.
See who get it.
Ball
Who
on
gets
the
it?
turf. Recovered by
Washington Lee
Washington
recovers.
Lee.
There was a fumble on the handoff, or on the exchange from the center
Right.
to the QB. So WNL picked it up.
Picked it up. Well, there's a break for the Generals.
Yeah. It could have been Matt Ellis. It could have been Melvin Salvador.
who are they gonna
I'm
give
not
it to?
sure. Is it Melvin Salvador? I think picked it up.
It looks like Melvin Salvador. All right.
Okay.
Generals get to bring their offense back out.
Yeah, and
excellent field
That's right.
position.
And Appel is going to take a seat on a really good night for him, though the
Yeah.
score wouldn't show it. Ronnie Fexo comes in at quarterback for Washington Lee, the 6'1", 770-pound junior.
And he's under pressure.
Yep.
And he's down.
Yeah, that was a bit of a botch play. 350 and counting. So
Ronnie
All right, well, that could be just trying to shake it off. You've been on the bench all night. You got to come in a cold night
Yeah.
and try to make something happen. We'll see what they do on second down. Loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah. 2nd and 15 now for W&L. All right, Fexo now.
Yep.
He's got a receiver. And that looks like it's Casey. Complete. Casey did a good job there.
Henry Casey. All right, let's see the replay on this.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Breaks one tackle, and then Horner brings him down. It's
Yep.
about the 21-yard line.
Let's play by Casey.
3rd and 6 for the Generals.
3rd and 6 now for Washington Lee. On the right hash mark. Fexo with the give. That is number 34, Sir Holland. He didn't go very far.
No.
No. Sir Holland was
Sir
stopped.
Holland fell short.
Yes, he did.
And someone is down on the play.
And it may be Sir Holland.
Yeah,
shaking
Sir
up
Holland
there,
having a
yeah.
little trouble getting up. Hope we were out looking at him. He's been on a lot of plays tonight, so he's taking a lot of hits.
Yeah. Well, there you
Well, we're
go.
down
Look at us.
to 2.5.
2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes
Yeah.
left to go in the game. 53-7.
So we have 2 county matchups that I'm looking forward to doing next week
Yeah.
at Wakefield, and of course
Right.
the finale at Yorktown between Washington Lee and Patriots. So that's going to be good to see to do those 2 games. I love doing the Arlington County matchups.
And
Absolutely.
I think Yorktown's on the road next week.
I believe they are. I'm not quite
I'm
sure
not
where
sure.
they're
I'm not
playing.
sure where, but they'll be on the road, and they'll be back home again for the
Yeah.
Generals. And we'll still wait to find out what they did tonight against Chantilly.
Right,
they
were
were
up.
behind,
Yep.
and they're taking a lead. We'll see how the game ends.
All right, here's a pass up top. And this one's incomplete.
Fexo's pass falls incomplete. The pass was intended for number 5, Nate Stokes.
All right, Stokes can come up with it. So with a 53-7 score, the Centreville Wildcats will take the ball over. Getting close to 2 minutes left to go in the game.
Centreville, 1st and 10 from
Now remember, clock is not running only when there's a change of possession. So that's after an incomplete pass, change of possession on that 4th down, in case you were wondering. So 2:10 left.
Oh, no, I
Once
wasn't
they snap
watching
the
it.
ball-
I wasn't watching the clock.
You weren't watching
No,
the clock?
no, I
No,
wasn't
we're not watching that thing.
No. Eyes are on the ball.
All right, they're in the victory formation.
Farrick will take a knee.
Yep.
And he'll do that
Farrick will kneel the ball.
Probably do that
3 more
another-
times.
Maybe a couple.
Maybe
Maybe,
2 more
maybe
times?
not. It depends. Maybe Coach Shapiro says, you know what, I'm going to call a timeout.
I've got a 50.
I got him. Why not use him?
I've got a 47 point play in my pocket.
You know.
Pull that.
They'll just wind it down.
Yep. Letting it run.
You just the one thing you want to do is go back to the locker room as quickly as you can. So,
Right.
No reason to stay out here any longer than
And,
you have
when
to.
you get back to the locker room, I think if you're the Washington Generals, you do want to point out some good things on the field
Yep.
tonight.
1 touchdown.
Well,
in the second half.
But even not just the touchdown. Other times they looked good on
Yeah,
defense. They were
they
moving the
have.
ball, making good passes.
They have.
They needed more of a running game tonight
Right.
to sustain that, so they could convert more on the 3rd down plays when they couldn't.
Yeah.
But they look good at times. They look better than the score suggests.
And yeah, they do. You know, I mean, Washington Lee's a good football team.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to belabor the point about playing teams like Centreville. You know, when it is a little different, you're playing teams that are much bigger
Right.
and stronger, and because of this new system and this new format. But they can take some good things away.
Right.
In this game. They only let Centreville score once. They played good defense. You know, Appel looked good even against Centreville.
And there's another knee.
Yeah.
We're down to 23, which should wrap the game.
Yeah, that should be it.
That should be it.
And that is it. As you see the players coming up to midfield, and that's when they go game. You know.
And
But that
you know,
was good.
Washington is still putting together a very impressive season. And
Right.
a season is a season. It's never one game.
No.
And so they're not gonna judge
No.
it by this.
Oh no. Washington Lee right now. You know, if you know Coach
They're
Shapiro,
6-2.
6-2, and you know Coach Shapiro as well as I do, he's thinking of Wakefield now.
Right.
Right after they get in the locker room, he's ready for Wakefield, as it should be. You know, you put games like this, Michael,
It's behind
wipe
you.
it off the slate. It's
Yeah.
behind. But the other thing you got to do is convince your team, convince
the
your
same
players to do the same
Right.
thing.
Right.
And you've got, 30, 40, 50 players that you have to do that.
Right.
And he could do it. I mean, that's what I love about him. He's passionate. He's determined. I think he's a great motivator.
Yes.
If I'm going to pick, a coach in the area, he's one of the great coaches. He motivates his team.
Yes.
And I love that about him.
And now the Centreville Wildcats will be home for the next 2 games in the regular season.
Yep.
They face their biggest challenge, I think, the last game of the year against Robinson, a pretty good team.
Yeah,
out in
they're a pretty
Fairfax
good
County.
team. Yeah, they're a pretty good team. But that is it, my friend. The
Yep.
final score, 53-7, Centreville over Washington Lee. Wasn't a good one tonight. But like I said, we move on.
The band maybe should have been playing tomorrow or something from Annie rather than West Side Story at this point.
Right.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
It will. It will. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you, Afshin.
Appreciate
Great
it.
working with you.
All right, he's Michael Shea. I'm Afshin Banab, and for Arlington Independent Media and the rest of our crew, we want to wish you a good night. The final score, Centreville 53, Washington Lee 7. We will be at Wakefield next week for Washington Lee. The Generals come marching in to Warrior Field. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.